Okay, I think I'm ready. I was just watching the clock go crazy on this camera, but I'm ready. Okay, today, Isaiah 18. Isaiah 18, all right? I've been wanting to make this video for so long, and this chapter is phenomenal, okay? Phenomenal. It's only 7 verses, and I studied it extensively beginning about 15, 18 years ago. I memorized it. I'm sorry. Some people just are down on memorizing scripture, but it's always worked for me, and I've been walking with the Lord for 47 years. 47 years, yep. Okay. 7 verses. I memorized it. I made a coffee table, all right? I put the verses in a circle. I drew little stuff to go with the scripture. And ate, slept, and breathed Isaiah 18. It just fascinated me because I realized it was America in scripture. Okay? It starts out, I'm hoping not to go too long on this because YouTube doesn't like me to make long videos. But anyway, woe to the land shadowing with wings. Good grief. Which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. That doesn't mean this chapter is about Ethiopia. It's talking about a land that is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. In other words, what it's saying is to a land, and this is 3,000 years ago, this chapter was written, to a land far, far away. Okay, that's an expression. Beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, far, far away, that sendeth ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of bulrushes upon the waters, saying, Go, ye swift messengers, to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from their beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden down, whose land the rivers have spoiled. Okay? That's America. We send ambassadors to all the world. We have U.S. embassies everywhere. Every country has U.S. embassies. I've been to some of them. I've visited U.S. embassies in Cuba and parts of South America. And this is who they're talking to, us here in America, okay? This particular chapter is talking to us. Terrible, a people terrible from their beginning hitherto. We whipped the British to start this nation. That's what we did, okay? We were terrible from our beginning. A small band of rebels was the birth of this nation, okay? Verse 3, All ye inhabitants of the world and dwellers on the earth, see ye, when he lifteth up an ensign on the mountains, and when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye. Okay? There's something that's coming in the future. It looks like to me could be some kind of a battle. When you lift up an ensign, you're on a battlefield. There's parts of this chapter, I'll admit, I still don't understand totally. But I don't want to go too fast here. Let me go back to verse 2 for a second. Go, ye swift messengers, to a nation scattered and peeled. Stop. Baywatch, the television program that was seen by 900 million people around the world every week. I lived in Europe. Didn't have a television. I saw it in a hotel lobby. I never watched that show. But I saw the babes running down the beach. They were scattered and peeled. They were running. They were scattered. And they were definitely peeled. Okay. That's us. That's the world saw us as Baywatch. 900 million people every week are watching around the world, and they're going, that's America. Okay. We know it's not. We live here in America. That's running down the beach in a skimpy bathing suit. Okay, not us. But anyway, that's what this verse is talking about. That's probably the first thing that caught my attention in this chapter that made me zero in on it. 1992, I was living in Spain, and I saw that television program on the hotel lobby TV. Verse 4, so the Lord said unto me, I will take my rest, and I will consider in my dwelling place like a clear heat upon herbs, and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. God is looking down, and I see this many times in Scripture. He's sitting back on his throne, looking and saying, uh-huh, you think you're all that. And I'm sad to say that this nation that I love, America, has gotten to that point. We think we're all that. And the Lord is looking back, looking down on us like a clear heat upon herbs and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. Some people think that this is a reference to a nuclear holocaust, like clear heat upon herbs and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. For for the harvest, when the bud is perfect and the sour grape is ripening in the flower, he shall both cut off the sprigs with pruning hooks and take away and cut down the branches. A lot there. It's a very precise time, again, when the harvest is nearly ready. The farmers, the grove keepers, the vineyard keepers, they're looking at the fruit that's on the vine. They're tasting it. They know exactly when time to harvest, to bring it in. And God himself is looking down at this nation and saying, it's time to bring in this final harvest. They shall be left, verse 6, they shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains and to the beasts of the earth. And the fowls shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. To me, I see a cataclysmic event of some kind, war, I don't know, famine, all of it rolled together. And the whole world just looking at the spoil of this great nation. But here's the verse that always puzzled me. I could never figure it out because in itself it's a mystery. In that time, verse 7, in that time shall the present be brought unto the Lord of hosts. Okay? The Lord of hosts, this nation is going to bring a present. Now, what can you bring to God who has everything, who created everything? What can you bring to him? A present. I puzzled that in my mind. You can't, gold and silver, he created it. What can you bring to him as a present? And finally, about a month ago now, I understood. I woke up 2 days in a row at around 4 a.m., Saturday and Sunday morning, and the Lord was showing me a great and final harvest in this nation of souls gathered in because of something that was coming, something that was going to happen. I saw people in open fields, not in stadiums. Stadiums cannot contain this final harvest. Whoops. Water just dripped right on my Bible. Yikes. Put that down. All right. This final harvest cannot be contained. It's going to be so incredible. It's going to be short. I just know that. I've heard that for years. It's going to be white hot. People will be running to be saved from what is coming and from what they're experiencing in the United States for the first time ever. I'm going to try to put in the links below a link to a vision I had in 2000, November 28th, 2000. You can find it if you if you Google Joe Chappell, my name, Chappell. Maybe I should write it out. Fivedoves Space Shuttle. That's what'll bring it up. Joe Chappell, Fivedoves and Space Shuttle. I kind of referenced Space Shuttle because that's one of the things I saw in the vision. I saw something in the sky, like it was going across the sky and lit up the sky like the Space Shuttle. I used to live near Cape Canaveral where they launched the Space Shuttle, and that's the best thing I could compare it to. That was part of the vision. I saw empty streets. As far as you could see, no cars. You could walk out in the middle of the street and have a conversation. It's all in that vision, and if you'll go there, that's it. Joe Chappell, Fivedoves, Space Shuttle. Google that. It'll come up. You can read it. I'm going to try to put the link down below. But this last verse, and I want to finish with this. This last verse, chapter 18 of Isaiah, verse 7, is that final harvest, that description. It says, "Then in that time shall the present be brought unto the Lord of hosts of a people scattered and peeled, and from a people terrible from their beginning, hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers have spoiled." That's how America was built. We had an interstate system of rivers before interstate highways were ever thought of. The mighty Mississippi and the Missouri and the Tennessee River, just Ohio River, they all flow into this system, which gave us a transportation system made by God. All right? What a beautiful nation he created. A nation meted out and trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers have spoiled. Or it's just the nation is covered by rivers. To the place of the name of the Lord of hosts, the mountain Zion. This present is the final harvest. And when he showed me that, I'm telling you, it hit me hard. I was driving to church. It was about 6:30 on a Sunday morning. And I was on my way to church, and it finally hit me what this present was about. What this present is the souls. That's the only thing you can really give God. Bringing in the sheaves, right? Bringing in the sheaves. He said in one of the Gospels, pray the Lord of the harvest that he will send laborers into the fields, okay? That's what we should be praying about. Lord, use me, because he wants souls. 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 That's what he wants for his present. When I was a kid, I'm going to shut up here in a minute. When I was a kid, when I wanted something for my birthday or Christmas, I would go to the Sears and Roebuck catalog and I would draw a circle around it and I'd leave it open somewhere where my dad could see it. I wanted him to know exactly what I wanted. Okay? So I wanted a BB rifle one time, and I drew a circle around a Daisy BB rifle. I got it. He did. He saw it. That's what he bought me. Back then they were probably about $10, but $10 was a lot more money. But anyhow, that's what the Lord wants, is souls. You can't really bring him anything after yourself. You bring him your soul, and then you go out and get more. Your children, your spouse maybe, your family, brothers and sisters, and then your neighbors. And you bring them and give them to the Lord. Say, here, here, this is, the talents. Gosh, there's so much. The parable of the talents, the different servants who were given a talent, okay, they came back and they had multiplied it somehow. Okay, anyhow, Isaiah 18, when I heard the Lord tell me, that's the present I want, I screamed it. I screamed it. I'm driving down the road 6:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and I screamed. I screamed. It's here, and that final harvest is here. I have other videos. I have 3 videos, Final Harvest, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. They're hard to find. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. They don't like me. But anyhow, I want to finish up with that. The final harvest. Isaiah 18, verse 7. The present that we are to bring. This nation, us, scattered and peeled. Okay, that's what we're bringing. God bless you. I love you. Bye.